get in some more news coming in now. 51 startups are all set to showcase their AI innovations at the WaveX Creators Corner during the India AI Impact Expo 2026. The Creators Corner will spotlight India's next generation media and technology innovators, highlighting emerging solutions across content creation, entertainment and language technologies. WaveX, the dedicated startup accelerator platform under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, WAVE's initiative, is leading the effort to foster innovation in the media, entertainment forefront of India's digital transformation. All right, we're getting live visuals now coming in from the Bharat Mandapam, where the India AI Impact Summit has kick-started today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived there to inaugurate the summit. Prime Minister Modi now is having a look at the exhibition area there at the summit. So Prime Minister Modi, of course, getting a briefing on the various stalls, the exhibits there, an AI chessboard, as of course you can see on your screens there. The Prime Minister inaugurating the India AI Impact Expo, getting a tour there of that entire exhibition space at Bharat Mandapam. The world's focus is on India's AI prowess, as you can see on your screens. And clearly, we're seeing how the innovations are all being showcased to Prime Minister Modi at this expo that is happening at the Bharat Mandapam in the national capital. Let me bring in Nirali Bhatia. Nirali Bhatia, a grand expo there being inaugurated by PM Modi. A host of exhibits there, from AI chess to, I think, a model of defense that the Prime Minister is seeing right now as well. There is also a creators corner, as I was telling our viewers earlier. 51 startups, from media, entertainment, broadcasting are all going to be there as well. Language technologies, content creation, all of this, the focus at the AI Impact Summit. Nirali Bhatia.
So, to some, I'll start by that one very powerful statement, which I relate the summit to, is that we are not just, being positioned as the greatest or the largest consumer, but now we are moving to creators as well. I think if we are going to focus more on creating technology, that's where we will have the advantage of making sure that it's also responsible, it's also ethical, all of it. We're not against technology, we're not against the innovation, and this is a perfect step at the right time, especially with the regulations, how we can, along with the regulation, have a perfect code of conduct and move to a creator's economy using the technology, is which will put us back into, like a good power position. So far, we've always been at the receiving end of the technology and, not really where we should be. And this summit is our biggest platform to make that noise and let people know that, yes, we're not just consuming it, we are also moving to creation. So I feel it's a very, very wonderful timing and a perfect initiative.
Yes, it
does. But yes, it also needs to be backed by a lot of other opportunities. So for example, now it needs to be, included in education sector, because we are looking at future leaders to be enabled with the know-how of this technology, since we are getting into the creators economy. Also at the same time, we need to have ample regulations, and they're being executed very well.
Yes.
So that we are going to nip it in the bud, that there is no kind of, challenges what we saw when the world has been, creating and we've been consuming.
And the fact is that why this is so special is that everything has been organized in such a thorough manner. So there is, of course, the global dignitaries, including the French president, the Crown Prince of UAE, the Brazilian president, many other ministers, presidents, prime ministers of other countries as well, lot from EU, lot from other parts of the world, who are all in attendance. Then there is, of course, the tech CEOs, of big tech companies that are in AI, and we are going to see collaboration happen with Indian firms as well through the course of this summit. Then there are, of course, many panels, many discussions, which will encourage and impart knowledge to the audience members who are from the tech space, entrepreneurs who are there, startup founders. And then there are also these exhibits that the Prime Minister right now is at. This is the AI Impact Expo. that PM Modi is visiting right now. So many stalls there, so many, innovative people from across India have got their exhibits to Bharat Mandapam. And it's such a thorough curation that we can see that has been done on our screens from stall to stall, not just one, but all of them. Mr. Rajab.
Well, I'm happy that there are these companies and there are these various solutions that are being exposed, and I'm sure that a common man walking through the mandapam and the expo area will understand the true extent and the expense of this technology. But I wanted to point out 2-3 things here. You see, for AI, which we must bear in mind. One, this is not a technology like previously any other. Okay, this is not a tool. Okay, this is a self-learning technology that challenges what humans pride the most. The term, if you go back and you look at how the term artificial intelligence came around, you will understand that it was named artificial intelligence to give it a little bit of synchronicity with humans. Intelligence is always seen as a humane and human trait. It was never linked to machines. So to assume that the patterns of the past will be repeated as the patterns of the future because it is just a technology is a myth. Second is, in this particular technology, there are two components. Every software company and every company that uses AI basically uses tokens which are given to use the hardware or the intelligence below. These tokens are given by 5 different companies in the world. All those 5 companies are American known. Okay, so we must understand that whatever we are consuming, whatever we are using, even our startups who are making technologies based on AI are paying AI companies in America. So that's why sovereignty was such an important pillar for our discussion on AI. The second thing is we have these 4-5 countries which are participating in the AI summit, and several others have sent delegates. A lot of countries have sent delegates. So we need to use this platform to get these countries together to understand how these AI companies that they cannot control and they cannot regulate. We cannot control a ChatGPT, we cannot control a Claude, we cannot control an Anthropic, we cannot control even Google. How do we then, in this stage, regulate them not unilaterally as one country, but as multiple countries in a multilateral manner? So that has to evolve from these discussions. They just can't remain a hoopla point for that, hey, this is a great technology, now we are going to do this, and this will happen and that will happen. No, there is a responsible part here, which is a core part of it, and it's part of the vision statement that the PM also gave today in the morning when he tweeted out. So, and we have to be cognizant that it needs multilateral support, and this is the stage to
Absolutely.
do that multilateral
and the fact is that AI can assist Nirali governance, AI can assist education, AI can assist communication, AI can assist content creation, AI can assist sports as well, and the stalls also are curated accordingly at this expo, and so are a lot of the panels as well, because I've been seeing the themes that are going to be discussed over the next 72 hours in Delhi.
Yes. So see, as you listed out, it's actually impacting every single aspect of our life today, be it education, entertainment, whatever in between as such. And hence the emphasis on responsible consumption, like Mr. Rajavat also mentioned that yes, in the whole excitement of we being a largest creator company and in creator country as well, we cannot really be complacent with the broader data privacy concerns over here. So keeping that in mind, yes, we also need to have dialogues, and I've also seen the lineup of the panel discussions and all that are lined up for third day and a fourth day. I believe we are covering that as well, and hence there is that sense of achievement and even a gratification that yes, it is not just going to be talking about the whole new gambit of new excitement and new ways of making our lives easier. But at the same time, we're equally putting a weightage on the onus and the responsibility along with the ethical framework. So, I mean, to my knowledge, yes, this was something which was required for common people because it has been, AI bubble has been around for a very long time. And with this kind of a summit, I think we won't just burst it, but we will make sure that everybody understands what it is, how it can impact them, what should they take it from here, which sector can benefit in what different ways. Like, we are covering from agriculture to the, most advanced industry, all the sectors, how AI can improvise their lives, their work, and all other areas as well. So in those manners, yes, it's definitely a very, very beautifully organized event. And it's, I mean, I hope it is going to stick to what we have been shown as, the agenda.
Mayurakshi Das, founder and CEO, Elixir AI, is also joining us live in the broadcast now. Mayurakshi, as the founder of a firm which, of course, is in the AI space, what are your expectations from this summit? What are your expectations from the PM's address today as he inaugurates this summit officially? And also, how big a moment is this for AI, not just in India, but globally?
So, at the cost of repeating myself, let me reiterate here that AI is not helping in defining India's future. I think Indian-led AI is now defining the global future and the world's future. So having said that, there is no further validation now required that AI in India or India is now a leading contender in as good as the Americas or so forth. Having said that, I think the key takeaway from this year's summit should be that of awareness. All of us here on this panel today, I think we're well aware of the pros and cons of AI, what it does, cannot do, the use cases, etc. However, for AI to really be used in the right way and technology to be an enabler, awareness is what is required, and this mega event, really blessed by PM Modi and all the stalwarts across the world, is going to bring that about in our day-to-day lives. Not just us, children. My 10-year-old son, to a vast age group of 80 years old in my house, is watching the AI summit, and that is what it is bringing to us. So let it become a household name. Let us all be aware of AI, and only when we are aware will we be really educated as to how to conscientiously use this. I'm hoping every parent is watching it. I'm hoping every parent is understanding what the pros and cons of AI can be, how we kind of need to or not need to put ChatGPT in our children's hands, etc. So I think this brings about a lot more than just proving that India is at the forefront of AI.
Now, how important though is it to emphasize on responsible AI, on inclusive AI? This is something that we've always stood for, as we've heard from Prime Minister Modi, Gautam Mukherjee. But how important is it to begin to have this conversation and to also have it when global AI giants are in the room and foreign leaders too?
Well, it is no doubt important, but look at it this way. AI is being used in defense manufacturing all over the world, and we would be foolish not to get on with it in India. It's being used in space and in satellite technology. I was talking about 5G and 6G, but like Starlink, we could have our own satellite telephony based on AI. There are too many exciting things. Manufacturing, AI can do a lot for precision. Health, AI is doing a lot for surgery and such like, diagnosis, mapping, MRIs and the like. It is, enormous in scope. And as the previous panelist pointed out, we are very good adapters. We may not have the hardware, but we will. We, before long, have the hardware too. But at the moment, we know how to use it. We are innovative and we are intelligent, and we are in our billions. So the kind of progress we can make and the kind of demands of AI technology in all our various spheres of activity, construction, uh, tunneling, agriculture, it goes on and on and on. Are we going to be responsible? Yes, for our own, what should I say, safety and sanity, we will be responsible. There will be outliers. Today you've got hackers, haven't you, in IT? They're doing their bad work, but there are few, they're a minority. Most people are very good at self-regulation, and that is what I advocate as far as that side of the fence goes. But adoption, as much as quick as possible, as fast as possible, we can perform miracles. Uday.
Yes, Mayurakshi, you wanted to come in on responsible AI or inclusive AI? Go ahead.
Absolutely. And, like Mr. Mukherjee said, adaptation is the most important factor right now. And of course, this awareness, this, let me call it a campaign that will really start with this entire mega event, will, bring us to think also about responsible adoption, right? As parents, as doctors, as professionals, AI is not governed only by the creator. There is a mega army behind this to really, implement AI. It is the hardware providers, it's the software, software providers like me who really understand how, these hardware, objects are talking to us. OpenAI has given us Chat GPT. Come on, use it to your advantage. Let's not abuse it to the point where there are now some data governance regulations which will come in, and then the good users are really hampered. So but however, all of that starts first with awareness. I think we've just been given AI as a magic wand without really understanding what goes behind it. And hopefully now, everybody in our social circle really watching this will really read up about AI and just look as to how we can use it to our advantage. I think this starts really, governance starts not by the data regulators. It starts at home, it starts in schools, it starts in colleges, and it starts at a very, very young level. That's my take on it.
Yes, let me also, take that back to you on now the fact that we're also going to be seeing, hopefully, some collaborations occur as well at this summit. Are we hoping, Yatish Rajawat, for investments into AI firms from global giants that come to this summit? Are we expecting for possible collaborative projects as well in the AI space between Indian companies and foreign entities that will be visiting?
Let me continue with my skeptical oblique approach to this discussion. One, I believe that any kind of responsible AI or inclusive AI, to your earlier question, is dependent on participation by American companies and America per se, because we can put regulations for responsible AI, but they will not be followed till such time we have the concurrence of this new American government on the fact that where will the investment go, and can it be channelized in a manner that is productive for the country at large. We again have to be a little circumspect and careful about this. Recently, a private equity firm acquired the only data center in this country, which was building an AI engine. And I mean, the deal size was pretty large. It's a $1.6 billion deal, and but what it does is something much more interesting in the sense that we were trying to build a sovereign AI platform based on this data center, and now 60% of this company on which we are building a sovereign AI is owned by an American private equity firm. So where we invite investment, where we get investment, has to also be channelized and regulated. We don't need investment on the consumption side. We don't need investments primarily to create AI, startup companies. But yes, we do need a lot of investment on the data center side and on the hardware side, where we do not have big enough funds in India, nor do we have state capacity to put in $10 billion to put up these data centers. That is where we do need investment. Again, where does this investment geographically goes in is equally important, because these data centers are high consumers of both power and water. Hence, the responsibility then arises that their location will determine whether that location becomes power deficit and water deficit. So the you see the way to approach this high is not just to be swept away by the brilliance of the communication skills that the global CEOs have on AI, but more to understand how we can use it, how we can use it to better our society, how we can use it to protect our sovereign data, our sovereign privacy. You see, it's very nice to talk about the fact that AI is being used in defense. It actually makes state borders malleable, in the sense that access to AI is a huge risk for counterterrorism. It's a huge risk for bioweapons.
Yes.
Now, if Chat GPT tomorrow opens up a segment of their AI which is currently restricted, okay, if it opens it up in a small city in
Now,
India, and
yes,
terrorists
yes.
are able
Gautam, I want to rope you in now. Gautam, I want to rope you in now because it's also, of course, important to see on how to ensure that we take the positives of AI, but ensure that there are enough protections for the harmful effects of AI as well. That's something the I&B Minister also addressed earlier in the day, where he spoke about the dark aspects of AI too, which one needs to be aware of and ensure that there are enough regulations for protection as well. Isn't it, Gautam?
Well, as I said before, I'm not emphasizing protection as much as I'm emphasizing usage. I'm all for what the previous speaker just said. Build your own hardware if that's where we are deficient. And I'm sure we can raise the money from multiple sources. There was quite a lot in the budget about it. A tax-free holiday till 47, as long as they use Indian processors for that data in the data centers. Water, electricity is today's required. Reminds me of all these technologies at the beginning. You look at desalination, it was horribly expensive at one time. Now it's very cheap. You look at so many other technologies, when they start up, it's one thing. As you start using them more and more, as the mass and the volume grows, it becomes a different matter. So I am afraid, when IT started up in India, the government of India, the babus, the politicians didn't understand what it was. So they couldn't choke it at birth. And now we must be very careful not to choke it at birth. Of course, it's a much more globalized world now. But I think back to what Ajit Panja, who was I&B minister, said to various people who said, look at these satellite TV channels from all over. They're showing pornography. They're doing this. They're doing that. And he, in his perfect Bengali accent, said, but can I stop it? Can I do anything about it? It comes from Singapore. Look at the footprint. So similarly, here it's a matter of running with the ball rather than being afraid of it. Uday.
Yes, indeed. And just, bringing you back in here to one of the other aspects that we were talking about earlier on governance as well, on how AI can plug the gaps, on how it can improve governance, how it can improve performance of administration and policies, Mayurakshi, as well.
Absolutely. So again, here we're focusing on the pros. I must say, cybersecurity, cyber attacks, again, the brightest of minds are unfortunately turning to hacking. However, AI bot-driven algorithms can absolutely not only catch potential hacks, but predict what we're calling in today's day and age predictive analytics for hacks. And God knows how many such hacks may have been prevented using AI. The army services are definitely using drones to really detect, if not with 100% accuracy, I know for a fact at least 85 to 90% accuracy in detecting any kind of foreign objects that come close to probably half a kilometer of our LOC.
Okay. We're getting more news coming in this hour.